Good morning, students. In this today's computer class, we will start part 3 of lesson number 5, that is advanced features of Excel. Yes, students, in our previous class, we have understand some points like formatting a chart and how to format the legends, value axis, data series, and how to insert a picture in a Excel worksheet. So today we are going to understand some more topics of this lesson. So kindly keep your computer book during this class because there are many steps that are given into your book. So you have to take a review from your book. Okay, students, in this chapter today we are going to learn about using goal seek, consolidating data, and grouping worksheet. So we will cover 3 topics in this class. So let me start with the topic using goal seek. Students, in MS Excel, goal seek is a wonderful feature for fixing a specific result for one cell by adjusting the value in another cell. That means we can fix a specific result for one cell. Okay, students? And this can be done by adjusting the value in another cell. So this feature will do this automatically. Okay, so let me understand it using practical. Students, you can see page number 48 into your book to see the steps for using goal seek. So first of all, you have to start MS Excel program on your computer. So here I have already opened my MS Excel program and enter data in a worksheet. Yes, I have already entered the data in the worksheet that is used to calculate the total and percentage as shown in the figure that you can see in your book, figure 5.13. Okay. Now, after entering just data, you have to click on the data tab. This is the data tab. Here I am zooming this so you can easily see this data. Okay, now you have to click on the data tab. This is the data tab, you have to click on that. Okay, after that you have to click on the what if analyze button. What if analyze button, yes student, this is the what is if analyze option. You have to click that drop down arrow. Now there are 3 types of options are available, like scenario manager, goal seek, and data table. So you have to click on the goal seek option. Yes, after clicking the goal seek option, you will get this dialog box that is called goal seek dialog box that will appear on your screen. Okay, so in set cell you have to define the cell address, that is F5. This is F5. So you have to click. This will be automatically selected. Okay, in set cell. After that you can press tab key, and in value option you have to put the value that is 90. Okay, okay, this is the 2 value text box in which you have to type the new value, that is 90 as the result, and after that you have to press again the tab key from your keyboard. Okay, and after that click on the D5 cell on your worksheet. Yes student, this is the D5 cell on your worksheet. You have to click on that. The address will be appear in by changing cell text box. Now you have to click on the OK button. Now you can see that what will happen. The goal seek status dialog box appears on the screen, that is display the target value, that is 90, and the current value, that is 62. Now you have to click on the OK button. Now you have to observe this value. You have to observe this change in the cell D5. the number will change according to the percentage that you have previously defined. So this is called the goal seek feature that is provided by MS Excel. Okay, you can change multiple types of values, but for using goal seek feature you have to define formula on the cell that you are using for said cell. Okay, so we have already defined the formula for calculating percentage in that cells that we are using at said cell option. Okay students, if you have any confusion regarding that you can ask me, but you have to follow all the steps that is clearly given into your book on page number 48. Okay, I have followed all the steps very carefully, so you have to do practical on that. Okay, now let me move to our next topic, that is consolidating data. Students, consolidation refers to combining of data. Means in this we have to combine the data in worksheet. We can combine data of various ranges either in the same or different worksheet. Yes students, we can combine the Excel sheet data that can be on the same sheet, that can be on different sheets, because a workbook can hold multiple worksheets, you know. Okay, to consolidate data in a different worksheet, it is essential to group the worksheet. So you have to press and hold down the shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab, and now you have to enter the main headings, field name and common sum headings. Okay, so students, first of all, for consolidating data you have to start your MS Excel program. So let me do it by using practical. Here I am opening my MS Excel program, and you can see that this is the sheet 1 tab. Okay, and in which I have already entered the data that is shown in the figure 5.51 into your book. Okay, and similarly this is the sheet 2. Okay, and here I have already entered the data that is displayed in figure 5.16. So suppose I have to combine this sheet 1 and sheet 2 data into sheet 3. Okay, means I want to add all the fields of January, February and March for both sheets into sheet 3. So we have to consolidate or combine sheet 1 and sheet 2 into sheet 3. So what is the procedure? I have already entered the content for sheet 1, that is consolidating first quarter sales 2010, and sheet 2, that is consolidating first quarter sales 2011. Now we have to combine these 2 years quarter sale, that is for sales 2010 to 2011. So first of all, you have to select your sheet 3. Okay, in this sheet 3 we have already changed the headings as shown in figure 5.17. Okay, and here we have to select the B5 cell. Okay students, you can see all the steps very carefully from your book also. So here I am selecting the cell that is B5. Now I am selecting the data tab, that is automatically selected. Now there is an option that is consolidate, so you have to click on that. Now consolidate dialog box will appear. So to calculate the total car sales in first quarter of 2010 and 2011, firstly we select sum function from the list box. If it is not selected, then we have to select sum function, but here sum function is automatically selected. There are some more functions like count, average, max, mean, product, but we have to select the sum function. Okay, I have selected this. Now in the reference option we have to click this collapse button, just like that, and after clicking that, again after clicking the collapse button, you have to select sheet 1 and selecting the tab from B5 to F10. Okay, the address of this range will automatically select here. Now you have to click on this collapse again. Now you have to click on the add button. This is the add button. So after pressing add button, the cell reference will be added in all reference text box. This is all reference text box. So cell reference will automatically added. Now again you have to click on the collapse button on the reference list box. Now click on the sheet 2 tab and select the cell range from B5 to B10 again. Okay. Now click on the collapse again. Now you have to click on the add button again. Now you can see that sheet 1 and sheet 2 cell ranges has been added in the all references text box. Now you have to press OK button. Yes. So you can see that this is the sheet 3 that is automatically filled with the values that will show the consolidated data of first quarter sales of each car in the year 2010 and 2011. You can check your values also. Here I am zooming these values, so you can easily able to read that. Okay. Yes student, now you can compare your values. Like in sheet 1 there is a sales in January Honda City 450, in sheet 2 Honda City 900, then in sheet 3 900 plus 450, that is 1350. That means we have applied some function on all values of each month. Okay, so this is the simple procedure of consolidating the 2 worksheets data into a 3 worksheet. So students, it is the procedure of combining 2 worksheet data into some another worksheet, and that can be on same worksheet also. Okay, so consolidating means merging or combining the data into MS Excel. So I hope it will be understandable by you. If you have any query, then you can ask me, or you have to perform all the steps at your home if you have a computer at your home. Okay. Now there is a next or last topic, that is grouping worksheet. Students, grouping worksheet means the purpose of grouping the worksheet is to enter common data, formatting effects and formulas. Students, by default 3 sheets are displayed in a workbook with the name sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, and you can enter the data in all the 3 worksheets. But we can grouping these worksheets if we want to do that. Okay, and the purpose behind grouping worksheet is to enter the common data. We can enter some common data, we can apply some formatting effects and formulas. Okay, so let me group multiple worksheets using practical. So firstly we have to open your MS Excel program. Here I am opening your MS Excel program. Then firstly you have to create a new workbook. That there is a new workbook. I have saved this with the demo. Okay, now you have to press and hold the shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab. Students, you can see that there are 3 tabs, that is for sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So you have to press shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab, just like that. So after clicking that, you can see that all the 3 worksheets tab have become white and the word group appears in the title. bar. It indicates that sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 are grouped together. You can see that. Okay, there is a word that is group. So you can see that sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 are now grouped together. So you have to enter the data in the group worksheet, that is sheet 1. This is sheet 1 that is auto selected. Okay, so you have to enter the data that is given in the figure 5.18. You can see in your book page number 50. Okay, you have to enter this content. So here I am entering this data. Okay, so here I have entered the data in the group worksheet, that is sheet 1 as shown in the figure 5.18 into your book. Okay students, now you can format the heading by making it bold. I have already bold this heading. Okay, and apply border. If you want to apply some border, then you can apply this kind of border. Okay, now select the row 3 and increase the font size. I have already increased this font size. Okay, you can also increase this font size like 20. Okay, and give bold effect. Similarly, you can select column A and apply same formatting effect. You can select this column A. Okay, and you can apply some color effect just like that. Okay, so I have changed the font color of this column. So you can see that to ungroup the worksheet, click on any another sheet except sheet 1. Means you don't need to ungroup sheet 1. You can ungroup any of the sheet, that could be sheet 2 or sheet 3. Okay, so in this sheet 1 I have changed the heading according to your book, that is first quarter sales 2010. Okay, now I am changing this 2010. Okay, now I am right click on sheet 2 tab and there is an option that is ungroup sheet. Okay, whenever you right click on sheet 2 or sheet 3 tab, students, you will find ungroup sheet option. So you have to click here to ungroup this sheet, because whenever you press shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab, then sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 will be grouped together. That means you can see that whenever you put any content on sheet 1, that is automatically appears in sheet 2 and that is automatically appear in sheet 3, just like that. You can see that. Okay, I have already entered the content in sheet 1, in sheet 2 and sheet 3 this will automatically comes. So here you have to ungroup this worksheet, so you have to right click. Okay, and if the ungroup option is not shown, so you have to click on the sheet 1, again you have to press shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab. Okay, now again these three sheets are grouped together, so you have to ungroup it. So you can right click on sheet 2, there is a ungroup sheet option, you can easily see that at the bottom. You have to click on that. Now you have to change your heading, that is for 2011, that is sheet 2. Okay, so consolidating data for 2011, and this is the sheet 3, that is consolidating first quarter sales, that is for 2010 and 2011. So students, what you understand? Yes, whenever we have to put some common values in more than one worksheet with some formatting effects, like if you want to change some kind of heading, some kind of color theme, or we want to apply some borders on any sheet, so you can use this feature. grouping and ungrouping worksheets. Okay, for grouping worksheet you have to press shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab. So sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 will be grouped. So whenever you put any data on sheet 1 tab, this will automatically copy into sheet 2 and sheet 3 because all sheets are grouped together. But whenever you ungroup any kind of sheet, so you can easily editing or easily formatting on that. Okay, and for ungrouping any kind of sheet, you have to right click on the sheet tab. Okay, so the particular sheet you can ungroup by following option. Okay, so it is very easy, but you have to do practical of that. Okay students, this is fully practical approach class, and today again I remind you we have covered 3 topics, that is using goal seek, consolidating data and grouping worksheets. Okay, so if you have a computer at your home, then kindly do practical of that, because this is not a theoretical part, it is fully practical part. And those students have not computer at their home, then don't worry, whenever our school will reopen, then we will do that in the computer lab. Okay students, so this is for today. Now it's time to your homework. Yes student, as you know that I have completed this chapter from my side. You can revise this full chapter 5 very carefully, and if you have any doubts then you can ask me, and I will provide its answer key of this chapter in our next class. Okay, and students, complete your computer work of chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 into your computer copy, and also you have to fill all the exercise into your copy, into your book. Okay, for these chapters. And those students have computer at their home, then you can do the lab session activity of this chapter, that is given on page number 53. Yes students, you have to follow all the steps that are given into this activity, and if you are facing any kind of problem, then you can ask me, you can call me. Okay, so it will be better for you, then you have to use some practical approach for this kind of chapters. Okay students, so here I am ending this class. So thanks for taking this class students. Have a nice day, stay safe and healthy, and if you have any doubts then feel free to ask me. Okay students, thanks.